Hey guys, welcome back to M3 Vlogs. I am here sitting off my desk. My husband was at my computer yesterday, and let me tell you, there's a reason I don't let that man on my computer, and that's because he is messy. And I have all my resin stuff up here on my table, and it's everywhere. There's like mess everywhere, I swear. It doesn't stop. And I come in here, and I think my cat had been in here on my dresser because everything was on the floor. Oh, no, he was behind my iPad. Hold on a minute. Let's just say that little orange fool is very lucky he did not throw my iPad on the floor because, yeah. He probably would have been getting in big, big trouble. Little orange freaking furball. Driving me crazy. Anyways, how's everybody's day going? Mine is going okay. I just got back from doing some running. I have more running to do this afternoon. As well as I have some resin resin items that I need to make. Forgive me. The coffee hasn't kicked in yet. I went to Starbucks on my way back from running this morning because it was busy when I went the first time. So I stopped on my way back, and I have my Venti Ice Mocha here. So I needed that today. I needed that kick in the head today. I'm exhausted. I just don't feel like, I don't know. I haven't had any energy lately. I've been so tired. I've been so worn down. My hair looks like it's going to need to be dyed again. It's looking more red than dark, but I kind of like it, so. But it's going to be dyed again, so that'll probably happen in the next few weeks. For sure. I hope everybody's having a great Saturday. Mine's not going too bad. I do have a few other things I need to do. Run, like a few more errands I need to run before I get to chill for the day, so. For right now, I'm doing a small makeup tutorial, especially with my dark hair and my dark eyes. So, I am applying my primer. I don't know why, it's just going to break out my face, but I'm actually using primer today, so. And that is Prime Time by Bare Minerals. Look at my face. Look how red it gets when I rub on it. It's actually starting to clear up, which is great. Except for a few little spots here and here. My face is actually clearing up, which is wonderful. Tissue, wipe my hands off. Okay. I hope everybody's having a great Saturday, though. Everybody's looking forward to Christmas. My house is pretty much done as far as decorating goes. I'm not doing much else. I didn't go overboard this year. I didn't put lights up on the house and stuff because I really just didn't feel like it this year. Like, you have those years where, you know, Christmas is like really important, and then you have those years where blah. And this year's blah for me. It's been a crappy year anyway. And I'm sure I'm not the only person who agrees with that statement. So now I'm going to apply my Bare Minerals Golden Ivory Concealer. Like, is this a powder concealer? Powder or something? I don't know. I'm not going overboard, though. I'm just trying to cover up the dead spots where I look like a zombie today. And I know I have some more cooking things coming. I'm supposed to make chili later, so if you want me to, I might vlog that. I might vlog that. Just because it's always good to know how to make a good pot of chili. It's always good to know.
Got a minute left.
A minute left on what? Oh, the pizza?
Yep.
Did you make sure the hamburger was out so that way I can make that chili? Is it in the fridge or the freezer?
I think so. I think it's in the fridge.
You think so? Can you make sure, please?
Yes.
Thank you. Trying to make sure everything's ready for chili. So as you can see, I didn't do a really heavy face powder today. I really don't care. I've been working and cleaning my house all week. I've been trying to get stuff organized, trying to get rid of a bunch of stuff. Like I cleaned up my closet and I sold 2 purses. I sold boots. I sold a cabinet. I still have a couple pairs of shoes left to get rid of, but if I don't, it's not a big deal because my closet is pretty much empty. So I cleaned out my closet so that way I can make room for other stuff. Still have some clothes to go through though. Stuff I just don't wear anymore. Stuff I just don't care to wear. I've noticed that like as I'm getting older, like my style is changing. Like I'm not wanting to be as, I don't know. I'm wearing a lot more leggings and stuff now, which is weird because I used to not like leggings, but I've lost a lot of weight, so I'm actually a little more confident with that. So
Pizza.
what's up?
The
Pizza?
yeah, the pizza.
The pizza.
You're kind of creepy like that.
I am creepy. And your damn cat almost knocked my iPad off. It was hanging on the freaking dresser.
What?
And I know he's the only one that gets up behind my TV.
Wow. Is the hamburger the one in the container?
No.
What's it look like?
The ones we bought yesterday from Kroger.
I don't know what those are.
If they're in the freezer, somebody's going to be mad because I'm not going to be able to make chili. So I'm using my Conceal It by LA Colors concealer to go over my eyes. Just because I have a lot of dark circles right now because I'm tired. I suffer from insomnia sometimes. And here lately it's been worse because where this weather is going back and forth, it feels like my spine is in a damn vice half the time. And the other night I was laying there and I was watching some videos on my phone, and it's like I tried to get up and I couldn't move. It's like almost like my bones in my neck and stuff were just not letting me. And I took some Advil, and actually have that Advil mixed with acetaminophen, and I took that, and it seemed to help. I was able to sleep without all the pain, but I'm telling you, when you have back issues like I do, especially where I have that calcium deficiency, it really, really, it messes with your whole body. Like some days you can get up, other days you don't want to. You can't sleep because everything hurts. And when you do sleep, it's like, when I finally do sleep, I wake up and I hurt even worse. So sleeping for me is kind of like, I want to, but I'm also kind of afraid to because I know that it's going to hurt when I get back up. So it's just part of my life. Having, a vitamin deficiency and my spine being screwed up from accident I had at work in 2006. I had a really bad accident. Golly, that was a long time ago. 14 years, to be exact. Yeah, 14 years ago. I had a really bad accident at work. And I was like, I used to work in warehouses a lot. That was one of my favorite things to do. And, huh?
The hamburgers in it.
Are they in the freezer?
I don't see it.
Did you check the fridge? You know those 2 things we got yesterday from Kroger?
Mm-hmm. But I don't see it.
We're missing hamburger. That's not a good thing. I don't know where that's at.
Don't know.
It's got to be in the fridge or the freezer.
Any boxes?
Yeah. But yeah, I had a real bad accident back in 2006 I was shifting boxes. I was putting boxes on a pallet, and I twisted a certain way with my back, and that was the one where I tore all the muscles in my shoulder blades and my rotator cuffs. And that one, I was in physical therapy for 4 months. And that was just to regain, usage of my arms and my muscles. And then, let's say in 2008. In 2008, yeah. I worked for a really, really bad company. And I was 4 or 5 months pregnant with my daughter at the time. And they had me, where were they at?
They were in the fridge.
Okay, yeah, that's
I was being goofy, and I didn't see them.
So, yeah, I was working for a really bad company, and let's just say the boss was a straight-up dick, okay? He was just, he didn't like anybody. If you weren't his status or his, his definition of, well, he was a racist, okay? Let's just say he was a racist. And eventually, I ended up leaving because I got injured. They had me, moving boxes, okay? I was 5 months pregnant. They had me moving these big, heavy-ass boxes, and they had me stacking them on pallets. And they were over my head. I was not supposed to be doing that. I had given them a doctor's note saying that I wasn't supposed to do that, and that, that it was not okay for me to do that. But they wouldn't listen. So it was either do my job or get fired. So I did my job. I ended up going on maternity leave. When I did my job there, let me backtrack a little bit. That's when I screwed up my lower back. I ended up, all I remember was picking up a box. And, how, sometimes you bend down, your knees pop or stuff like that. It's that's what happened. And I didn't realize that there was anything hurting until I left that day of work. So at that point, I was still seeing my chiropractor. So I went to see my chiropractor, and I told him, and he recorded everything that had happened. And I ended up being put on light duty. Needless to say, my job was not happy about that. They were not happy that I was not able to work in the warehouse, tagging boxes, scanning in boxes, all that stuff. They got really upset because I couldn't do that anymore. My boss treated me like crap. And I mean literal crap. He was a self-righteous dick. Forgive my language. But he ended up, I ended up going on maternity leave after. They wrote me up because he was trying to get me to quit. He didn't want to fire me because he didn't want to pay me unemployment. He wanted me to quit. So every day, my supervisor would come to me with another complaint from my boss, and he would write me up for stupid little crap that wasn't even relevant to my job. When I signed those things, I always signed F-U at the bottom. And then on the back, I would write, "This is bullshit." And I would spell out all the words. So, but it's there was one day there, I had taken a break, and I was not supposed to stay sitting for too long because when you injure your back, if you sit for too long, your body gets stiff, and it can actually cause more pain. Now, you're not supposed to do the lifting and the bending and the twisting and the bullcrap that they had me doing, but I would take breaks because I was sitting at a desk, I was doing data entry, no big deal, I wasn't worried about it, but I would take breaks in between to just get up and, keep my body flexible so that way I wasn't in pain. And I remember I walked out to my car, okay, I just took a walk out to my car, and he saw me, my main boss saw me, and he sent a text message to my supervisor asking what the hell I was doing. And I told my supervisor, I said, I was taking a freaking break. I said, and if he's not happy with it, he can kiss my ass because I'm not playing his games. So I ended up going on maternity leave. I guess this turned into another story time. Sorry, guys. But it's actually a pretty good story. So I ended up going on maternity leave. Well, when I went on maternity leave, he filed the papers to fire me. He thought maternity leave meant I could not collect unemployment. Wrong. When he filed the papers saying that he terminated me, I had it in writing that they terminated me while I was on maternity leave. So yes, I took that to a lawyer. Yes, I ended up suing the company. Yes, I ended up winning. Number 1, you don't fuck with me. Number 2, you don't fuck with my unborn daughter. And number 3, don't play bullshit games with me because I'm not one to play with. So, but that is how I ended up screwing up my back. Okay, and now I've been dealing with this crap for... since 2008. It's been about 12 years. And it's with my vitamin deficiency, it's kind of gotten worse over, the years. It's kind of gotten worse. So it's not fun. It's not fun, and it's something that I deal with every day. So, this weather, it makes it hard for me to do what I need to do. I mean, if any of you all have had bosses like that where they're just complete and total freaking jerks, you know what I'm talking about. I mean, he was a dick. There was just no question about that. And forgive my language on that, YouTube, but sometimes, when you have companies... Yeah, I'll get some in a minute. When you have companies that don't take the fact that their employees are pregnant seriously, something is seriously wrong, okay? And it doesn't matter that, I am not fully white. I'm half Hispanic. It doesn't matter. I am American. I was born in Austin, Texas. I am not from the border. I'm not from across the border. I'm not from overseas. I was born in this damn country, plain as day, in 1985, okay? So... I guess he just thought he could treat me like crap. And my supervisor, who was a black man, he got fired after I did. Because he didn't want a black man working for him. So, tell me now, I mean, if you've had bosses like that, I'm probably going to get age restricted for this video, but it might actually help somebody realize that, hey, these bosses can't do this crap to people. Whether you're pregnant, or you're injured, or you're both, or you're a female, or you're a different ethnicity, or, you come from a different background. These companies cannot do that crap. They can't do that to people. And if you think you've been done wrong, and you've been discriminated against, like I was fully discriminated against, challenge it. And I had the papers that showed that he terminated me after I was supposed to be on maternity leave. He terminated me. So, I took those papers, and I filed unemployment. And he tried to fight it. But the fact that I had it in writing, showing that he terminated me, and I did not quit, yeah, that's how I got him. So, he thought he was screwing me over, but in the end, I ended up screwing his ass over. Don't play with me. That's one thing I won't stand for is somebody trying to play with me like that, because... I'm not a bad person. I was a good worker, especially in a warehouse. I was working in a warehouse. It was 30 degrees outside. They only kept the warehouse warm enough so the pipes wouldn't freeze. And that was like 35, 36 degrees in the warehouse. So, I mean, I would wear a full uniform, a coat, freeze my butt off, working in this warehouse, only to be treated like crap in the end. And I was there for a year. I mean, I worked hard. I was always there. I worked hard. I stayed late. Came early, did what I had to do. But in the end, it wasn't good enough. In the end, he just was not happy. He wasn't happy that he had me on his payroll. So, and 1, because I wouldn't take his crap. And 2, because I was not fully white. I'm not fully white. So, he can kiss my butt, though, because he ended up paying, didn't he? I ended up getting a settlement. I'm not going to say the amount, but I also ended up getting 2 years unemployment. So, regardless, I got unemployment regardless. He had to pay it. He didn't want to. No, he didn't want to. He didn't think it was right that somebody should get paid for not working. Well, I didn't think it was right that you treated your employees like crap. Especially one who was pregnant and still did the job, So, yes, if you've had bosses like that, comment down below. I'd love to hear about that one. Because, I mean, I'm sure we've all had bosses that just don't take us seriously. But they learn. They learn not to mess with me after a while. I'm not one that will sit around and let somebody bully me anyways, regardless. And I can't say that my resume is probably like 18 pages long because I will not take anybody's crap, literally. But every job that I've had, aside from that one, every job that I've had, everybody says that I'm a badass worker because I do work my butt off for my job, you know. If it's something that I enjoy doing, I work hard. You know, if you're gonna treat me like crap, I'm not going to. That's just that. You know, I'm not going to return. I'm not gonna make you money if you can't even be respectful to me. You know. So I just, you know, and I know that it was a racial thing because there was another female there that was pregnant at the same time I was. They didn't make her do none of the crap that they made me do. I was the one that had to be in the warehouse freezing. I was the one that had to be lifting big-ass boxes. I was the one that had to be, you know, doing the crap that I wasn't supposed to do. They sent up to the other girl. They put her on light duty, put her at the desk, and let her do data entry. Well, they had me doing everything else until I got injured. And then when I would run out of work, they would send me home. So I wasn't even getting paid. It's like I would have my data entry done in no time because I type fast. And they would send me home because they didn't have nothing else for me to do. And they were getting tired of dealing with me. But you know what? I made them suffer for as long as I could. And then I couldn't no more because, number one, my back was not letting me. I was pregnant. I was having early contractions with my daughter. That was a scary delivery in itself. So, you know, if I could have held out, I probably would had, but I didn't, because my back was really hurting at that point, and I started having early contractions with my daughter. I actually delivered her 3 weeks early. She was 3 weeks premature because I had developed an infection, and I ended up, they ended up like, pretty much going in and getting her without doing a C-section. And the hospital that delivered her, I was not happy with that either. I wasn't happy with that doctor, because that doctor reminded me of my old boss. He was just a dick. So, I don't understand why men think they have to treat women that way. I don't get it. I mean, yeah, we're probably not always superior, but in most cases, we are just as superior. We can give birth. We can continue to work. We can clean our house. We can freaking take care of a whole house while taking care of a baby. You know, I'm not dogging men because I have 4 boys. I have a husband. I'm not dogging men. I like men. I've met a lot of really, really good men in my time. But I've also met a few of those that you wonder what was God thinking when he put that person on the earth, you know? What happened there? Was he dropped on his head too much? You know? You just have those few people that make you wonder what the heck went wrong. Okay. So, yep. I know YouTube will probably end up, age restricting this, but I think it's actually a good thing, not just for women, but for young women too, because, younger women right now, if they haven't had babies and stuff yet, their time's going to come where they are going to have babies. And if they're at a job where the boss treats them like crap, it's not okay. It's not okay. I mean, I was already stressed out enough from dealing with, just my regular workload, but then I ended up getting treated like crap on top of it all. So, I mean, whatever. That's why I don't work now, partially. One, because my back is too screwed up. I was actually told to stop working or I would damage my back beyond repair, which is why I'm trying to, create this YouTube channel and why I'm trying to do things at home, and I'm like trying to find different things to keep me occupied to make some money so that way I can, that way I'm not trying to work because, number one, I've had 2 injury claims on my back. 2 workers' comp claims. When you have that many, when companies do background checks on you, they see that you've had those, and you become a liability that they don't want. So I wasn't able to work back in warehouses anymore. And it sucks because I did enjoy warehouse work, but...
How many pieces of pizza do you want?
1.
Okay.
I'm not able to do warehouse work anymore, which sucks because I really did enjoy it. It was something that I was good at and I liked, and I did not like freezing my butt off, but I did like the work because it was challenging. It was physical, it was challenging, and it was fun for me, but I can't do that stuff anymore. I was actually told this last time. I was working at Amazon, and my back started getting really bad. It was getting really bad. I couldn't hardly walk. And they told me I went to go see an orthopedic because that was pretty much the last resort, because I've been to chiropractors. I've been to chiropractors. I've seen doctor after doctor after doctor. And they told me that my last resort was an orthopedic surgeon. So I saw an orthopedic. I refused surgery. I'm not letting anybody operate on my spine. Will not happen ever. And she pretty much told me I needed to stop working. Because if I did it, I was going to damage my spine beyond repair. She told me that I needed to watch what I do. I'm not to do no high impact like exercises and stuff, which I still do. I know it's bad, but I do it sometimes. I can't help it. Sometimes I get so energetic that I have to do something to get rid of the energy. And they put me on all kinds of medicine and all this stuff. I don't take the medication unless I need it. The only thing I take is my anxiety medication. So I do not take medication if I don't need it. So I've pretty much been living off of, where's my purple? Pretty much been living off of, like, Advil, Tylenol, mix, a combination of the two. Just because I don't like taking painkillers if I don't have to. So, I know this vlog's kind of been all over the place, but I really did my makeup, so it looks okay. But I do think it is important to know when your boss is being just a jerk, and know when it's time to just, if you can't stop, I totally get it, but, if you have to, especially if you're pregnant, there's nothing worse than being stressed every time you go to work. There really isn't. If you're stressed every time you leave the house to go to work, is it really worth it? Because for me, it wasn't. I hated it. I remember I would get up. I had to be at work by 6, so I'd get up at 5. I'd drop my son off at his babysitter, and then I'd go to work. And when I first got pregnant with my daughter, I had that really bad morning sickness. And I remember I would get sick in the parking lot, and I would feel like crap all the time. But I still got up and I still went to work, I had whatever, I can't remember what the name of that is called, where you get really, really sick. I can't think of the name of it. It's been forever ago, but I ended up, I was sick all the time. I felt like crap. I ended up having a lot of early contractions and stuff with it, and not just Braxton Hicks. These were actual contractions. I know the difference. I've had, I had a son before I had her. It just sucks if your company or a job that you work for does not support you. It sucks, and it makes life a lot harder than it has to be. I was not expecting on staying. I didn't plan on staying on that company after my maternity leave because I wanted to be with my kids. So I pretty much knew that after maternity leave that I wouldn't go back, but that was my decision to make and not my boss's. Because I'm not fully white, okay? That wasn't his choice. That was my choice. So, you know, I might not have been one of the best workers, but I was pretty damn close. So, I mean, I worked hard, I busted my butt, I did what I was supposed to do, and it still ended up bad. So, that was, I guess, another story time that I took you guys into without actually meaning to. I was actually just going to do a quick makeup tutorial and be done, but because this video is 30 minutes long, I will turn into makeup / story time, I guess. So, I have to get ready to take my stepson to work. I've got some resin stuff to do. What is with that? And this is my purple. I like it. I like it. I think it looks really good. Especially with the lighter eyes. It kind of brings out the brown. But those are my zodiac colors. This one's my husband's and this one's my Libra and Scorpio. They have those at the dollar store, Dollar General, and I think they're like $3. They also have them at Walmart. So that's where I got those from, is Walmart. I'm going to add all the rest of them too, because if I add all my kids' zodiac signs, I have 5 kids, I might as well just go ahead and add the others, because I basically have the whole astrology chart. But I hope everybody's having a good day. Sorry that this video ended up so long, but once I got into that story, it just kind of seemed relevant to tell it, because I don't want somebody who might be going through what I went through to deal with the same crap, because it's not worth it. Make sure, though, that, you know, if your boss terminates you without any cause, that you keep all the records, because that will help you too. And I'm not telling you, you know, don't complain about every little thing. And I didn't. I never complained about anything. You know, it's just my doctor had put me on, you know, no lifting from the floor, no lifting over 25 pounds, and my company didn't take it seriously. And, you know, I was just trying to finish out my time there. So I ended up doing that, and I ended up screwing up my back. So now that's something that I have to live with, especially with, you know, this vitamin deficiency. It's like every day is a challenge, but it doesn't stop me from getting up and living. I still do that. I still get up. I still live. I still go. I still do what I need to do. I still take care of my kids. I still, you know, I'm still active. I don't stop for long, because number one, it hurts, and number two, there's just not that much, you know, you're only alive for so long. You might as well enjoy it. But I hope everybody has a great Saturday and a great Sunday. I might vlog the chili making later, but if I do vlog the chili, I'll be wearing the same thing, but I will upload it tomorrow. So I hope everybody takes care, and I will see you guys later.